Israeli venture capital firm Jerusalem Venture Partners and New York City have just launched their joint international cyber center. The inauguration event included a fireside chat between JVP's founder and chairman, Erel Margalit, and Academy Award-winning actress Gwyneth Paltrow. The center is located in the city's Soho neighborhood and is operated in partnership with the mayor's office and the Economic Development Corporation of New York. Now, Erel Margalit is one of Israel's leading social and tech entrepreneurs, and JVP has invested in and built over 140 companies and has overseen 35 successful exits. And Erel joins us now in studio. Good to have you back with us.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here, Michelle.
Well, first, congratulations on the event, an epic event. Tell us more about the hub, because I understand the aim is to make New York City the cybersecurity capital of the world. How do you plan on doing that?
Right. Well, New York City, everybody knows, is the business capital of the world, with the financial center and the financial organizations, the media companies, managing a city. It's called smart cities, but, you know, it's a lot of technology in managing cities, healthcare, IT. So I think the City of New York and JVP partnered because we think that this is an opportunity to make New York the technology center and perhaps the cyber center of the world as well. And here we partnered. Israel is probably the strongest country in emerging growth companies on cybersecurity.
Right.
And we needed to decide, where are we putting our launching pad into the U.S. market, whether it's going to be the West Coast, but we chose New York, not only because I went to Columbia University and I love New York, but also because New York is a city which is very powerful, and I think it has a big chance.
Okay, well, you're already looking like you're set to succeed. About half of the companies are Israeli companies, I believe. How is it that Israeli companies are leading in cybersecurity? Why is that, do you think?
Well, you know, when we were established, we were attacked by 7 countries, and Ben-Gurion, our entrepreneurial first leader, said we need to be as strong as the 7 countries around us. Well, it needs to be physical, but it also needs to be virtual, because the world now is online. And so Israel had to develop a strategy of defending itself with a lot of attacks. Israel and New York City are probably the 2 spots that are most attacked in the world in cyber security by other countries and other organizations. And Israel became very strong. And what we did over the last 15 years, you know, we had CyberArk as one of our companies, leading company. Today is about $5 billion that JVP backed from the outset. Israel developed a variety of defense strategies for the civilian market in the applications. We only invest in defense companies, not in offense. Offense is for government. And together with the Americans and together with the Europeans as well, and some people from Asia, this could become one of the most significant business and technology centers that the world is seeing.
Well, the event certainly had an outstanding turnout, a lot of people from the mayor's office, a lot of entrepreneurs, and as we mentioned, it had some celebrity power with Gwyneth Paltrow. How exactly did she fit into this mix?
Well, Gwyneth Paltrow is somebody we have a lot of respect for because she's an entrepreneur. She made a change midlife, and from being at the top of the world as actress, she also took the role of entrepreneur, starting from scratch. And so she had this company, she has this company, Goop. Goop is very much into wellness, and because we are in food tech in addition to cybersecurity, there was a lot of discussions and a lot of things that are in common. And I think it would be fun to do things together.
Well, it sounds like you two are planning on doing things together. You had a lot of synergy, a lot of chemistry. You two even sang a little bit together. Let's watch.
After you hear the song, "Hear Jerusalem bells are ringing,
Roman cavalry choirs are singing."
What does Jerusalem mean to you?
Well, I've actually never been to Jerusalem. I've never been to Israel.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
Oh.
So I've never been invited.
Oh.
One of the reasons that I've always really wanted to go to Jerusalem specifically, one of the rabbis that I studied with, a Kabbalist rabbi that I studied with in London a number of years ago, he said that Jerusalem is the energetic center of the world.
Oh.
And that that he said that if a good deed is done in Israel, then its power is amplified across the world more than if a good deed is done anywhere else.
Oh my goodness.
So-
Last sentence of the Haggadah is, maybe we can say it together. English. Next year in Jerusalem. But let's try it in Hebrew.
Oh God, you're really dusting off my Hebrew.
Leshana. Leshana.
Leshana
Haba'ah. B'Yerushalayim. You got a date. This is an official invitation.
Yay, I'm coming. I'm coming.
Pretty sure she's going to make good on that. I'm sure you will make good on that invite as well, huh?
It's the first time that I'm seeing all that, and this was quite a connection, and I love what you had to say about Israel and Jerusalem being the
Right.
energy center of the world. I didn't know she knew that, but it's true.
Well, there's a lot of pressure on celebrities from anti-Israel and anti-Semitic movements like the BDS movement, the Boycott, Divest, and Sanction Israel movement, to not come to Israel. A number of celebrities have defied that. Most recent example, Lionel Richie. What message does it send when celebrities do come to Israel?
I think that it sends a message that Israel is an energetic, it's a technology, it's an innovation, it's a spiritual center. And I think that it connects to those people in Israel that are also willing to move to the next level. In other words, fight our enemies with all our might, but reach the hand to those moderate countries around us that are willing to move forward with a lot more goodwill and a lot more good energy.
Well, you know, Erel, they say that the best way to fight BDS is for Israel to continue developing products that the world simply cannot live without, that the world just cannot afford to boycott. And that's, again, where JVP comes in.
Yes.
And last year was a record year for venture capital in Israel. What's your outlook for 2020?
I think there's a lot of companies that are becoming, actually here New York is it's a great arena, companies that are becoming unicorns, companies that are bringing new ideas to change things. Israel is now embarking, in addition to the cybersecurity element, to a food tech element where the Galley is playing a major role, where new categories of food and agriculture are being produced. And we want Cornell, which is a great university, Rutgers here, to partner together with New York City with Israel, just like we're doing in Holland and Denmark and France. And so that's one. The other thing is healthcare IT. Healthcare is meeting the IT world in a way that has never been seen before. And once again, Columbia University has one of the best hospitals, Columbia Presbyterians, Cornell, other hospitals here, NYU. And so we think that New York can rally together with Israel on taking some of the best imaging, AI, computer vision technologies into the field of healthcare, which is going to change
AI
things.
was the largest investment category last year. Do you expect that trend to continue this year?
Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing what's happening in our companies. I mean, there's a company called Ernix, which is doing AI for the insurance market and is booming. There's a company called Tetere, which is actually preventing money laundering, human trafficking, and transferring money to terror organization by doing an amazing AI tool for banks. And I see that in almost every category. Today, you're even using AI to see which crops need water and fertilizers in the field. So the world is changing.
And Israel is helping to lead that change. And so are you. Thank you so much. Erel
Thank you,
Margalit,
Michelle.
and
Pleasure to be here.
congratulations on the launch of the hub.
Thank you.